Hey everybody, Tom Barnes Stories from the 78 in Gladstone Park, right at Austin and Northwest Highway. Got a new spot opening up right here called Baked by Jane. Incredible story of a woman who worked for the Chicago Park District, decided, you know what? I make these cookies that everybody loves, so why not just start this own business, but I gotta find a spot. This so happened to open up, and the rest is history. 2 months in, they already have regulars. They have stuff I've never even heard of, but the friendship bread or whatever, it's amazing. We're gonna talk to Sam all about it now for this story from the 78 here at Baked by Jane. All right, so from outside on Northwest Highway, inside to this new spot, Baked by Jane, but I'm here with Samantha. How you doing, Sam?
That's me. I'm doing well. How are you?
I am doing great. So this is Baked by Jane, which is your place, right?
It is, yes.
And we were mentioning that you've been in the neighborhood 40 odd years, right?
Yes.
So you are
Yes,
a
born and
local
raised.
Northwest Sider, as we say.
That I am. I am.
So why the name if you're Sam?
So
Baked
Baked
by
by Jane is a play on words.
Okay.
So in order to secure like LLC, I thought it'd be fun to do a play on words, Baked by Jane, because in the near future, not sure when, I'd like some of this stuff to be infused. It would look totally separate and different operation.
Oh.
So given my name being Jane, I thought it'd be cool to do Baked by Jane. However, my first name is Samantha.
Oh, I like that. A little Tom Petty
for
reference
now, we
too, if
just
people
have-
know the Tom Petty song.
Yes.
Yeah, I love
But
it.
for now, we just do a lot of really yummy baked goods with some sandwiches.
And this is your new spot here. You've been
This
opened up
is.
for how long have you been open?
We are rocking 2 months now. So June 14th was our opening date.
And I can't even remember what was here before. It might have been a bar or it might have been empty.
North Branch Fried Chicken.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. See, I don't even
It was
remember.
open for a couple of years. It was really good.
And now you've been here for the better part of 2 months. This
Yes.
is your space. You got a lot of foliage. You got you got some
do.
Chicago stuff back there.
Yes. All eclectic. These plants that you see, a lot of them are from my house. But the concept behind it is they're my sobriety plants. So I'm working at 3.5 years of no alcohol. And on the anniversary of every month, I usually buy myself a plant or two.
I love that.
And so now it's become, I spend more time here than I do home. So they're the ambiance for your lunch.
And you even have stuff up in the lights there
Yes,
and everything.
yes,
It's wonderful.
Spanish moss. I just wanted a really good vibe.
You do have a really good vibe.
Home space.
And so I'm just going to go for a little walk here.
And a lot of it is eclectic. A lot of it is good finds that we spray painted gold to fit the theme, like all of these. So
these are all handcrafted. These are DIYs here?
these are definitely garbage picked and then washed and spray painted.
So
yes.
you're from the Gladstone Park area.
I am.
So
I
what's your
used to work-
favorite part about being from this area of the city?
So I used to work for the Chicago Park District, and more specifically, my last park was Gladstone, which is just 2 blocks down.
Yeah.
So I'm very familiar with the neighborhood, family-wise, and just the community overall. So when I saw that was available for rent, I was just like, I think that's a no-brainer. So.
And you didn't do this before.
Nope.
So did you bake for friends and everybody's like,
I
you should
actually-
open up your own bakery?
I did, and that's very similar to the timeline, yes. Without sounding cocky, more confidence, if you give me a recipe, I can probably execute it very well. And I found a cookie recipe that just everybody was just in love with.
What's the cookie?
Brown butter base.
Do you have one of those out here?
I do, it's right here.
Yeah, see, we're going to go right after it.
Yeah.
Brown butter bake.
And then we have some salted caramels in here.
What-
But that was the first concept that I had. And then I was bringing it to family parties, and they were like, oh my God, you should sell these. And so then I did, but I was doing it out of my kitchen. So I didn't feel like that was sufficient enough. So cute little story, the owner before me, North Branch Fried Chicken, I came in, I was like, hey, can I sublease your kitchen? And he's like, sure, let's get that started. I kind of let it fizz out, and then he ended up closing his doors. So fast forward a few more months, unfortunately, his loss was my gain, and I say that with so much respect.
Right, that's
for
kind of the
him.
restaurant industry,
And he's
right?
already come in, yes, and he's come in to support me as well.
Was he another Gladstone Park person?
Yeah, he's in the neighborhood as well.
see,
Yeah,
but that's
yeah.
great, though.
I love it. I absolutely love it. And long story short, I didn't know what I was going to do, and I don't know what I was doing, but I just knew what I was doing is gold. So here we are.
So
I've
what
just
is
ventured
the
out.
actual cookie? What's inside of it? Like, what's the ingredient?
So it's regular chocolate chip cookies along with dark chocolate. Hi there. Yep, go ahead. Dark chocolate, and then we have a brown butter base. And then from there, it's just your dark brown sugar, your regular brown sugar.
I'm going to have to try that before I get out of here.
So there's a whole bunch of extra ingredients, and there's your sandwich right there.
Yeah, so
there's that roast beef.
Well, you know what? Since we're down here, let's talk about what other things you have here. So you have your normal everyday menu.
Yes.
You have your grinders. That is kind of what we're going to talk about in a second.
These menus are constantly changing, given that we're only open for 2 months. We're going based on what the community has said that what they like.
Which I think is smart. A lot of restaurants say they tell people what's good versus listen to what the neighborhood say. Hey, it'd be really great if you made these amazing cookies or Rice Krispie treats. Come on. I love it. So we're going to go down the line here.
Yeah.
So this is kind of what you kind of have a little bit of everything, right?
I do. Those are some cheesecake bites that are no cheesecake bites that have been slowly gaining a lot of traction. Gross. This is our cannoli dip. So we got some brownies, but we usually have a brownie trifle. These are our breakfast bites. So we got some cinnamon rolls and some.
So you do breakfast, lunch, and dinner, or breakfast lunch? Breakfast lunch.
Yes.
Okay.
So these bagel bites are stuffed with cream cheese, bacon, and some scallions.
Stop it.
Homemade. Same with the cinnamon, brown butter base, and everything.
I might have to take some of those
We just switched to from our egg bites to our breakfast burrito, and then our breakfast sandwiches.
And then you were talking about something. This is like an 8-day recipe. Like, explain that whole thing. I've never heard that before.
So it's actually called friendship bread, also known as Amish bread. But our family recipe goes based on the friendship loaves, and it takes about 10 days for the batter to do its thing. And the premise behind it is you take your so it's enough for 2 portions.
Okay.
You take your portion and bake your bread, whatever flavor you want to make it. There's several flavors, as we have strawberry, marble, pistachio. And then you take that other portion, non-baked batter, and you give it to a friend.
Okay.
And then it takes them 10 days to go ahead and let that jive. And then they keep their half, and then they give the batter to another friend.
I've never heard that. I love it.
So it kind of spreads as it goes, hence friendship. But we keep it all, and then we make it all, because everybody loves that. And it's a really moist muffin.
Did you start that when you originally opened up, or
My dad started it 30 plus years ago.
So this is Dad's recipe.
Yeah. He's the one who started making it, and then we got sick of it as kids, but then we reintroduced it as adults. And then my sister was just like, why not, instead of making regular muffins, why don't we make friendship muffins? Because this is what my dad used to do. So I was like, oh my God, why didn't I think about that before?
Oh, I love it.
So about a month in, we started introducing friendship muffins instead of regular, like our style muffins instead of regular muffins.
And then you also have pudding, which is a thing that you also weren't sure.
I was not sure.
But people are digging it. You guys sell out all the time.
Yes. So we rotate between banana. There's a strawberry banana this time, coconut, lemon, and then dirt pudding, which is chocolate peanut butter style. And then there's a tiramisu back there.
Yeah.
A lot of these recipes often start with an oopsies. Like our bread pudding that we stumbled across was the scones took a little too long in the oven. And so I tried salvaging it, and we made bread pudding out of it. That turned out amazing. And then my sister's rocking these cupcakes in the back. She's here on Saturdays and Sundays.
What's your sister's name?
Courtney.
Courtney. And what was your dad's name?
My dad's name is Art.
Art.
Yes.
All right. So Art.
And
thank
then
you,
Danny,
Art.
who's very instrumental with all of the construction, is my boyfriend. His name is Danny, and he helps definitely
keep
with
the place
a lot
going,
of maintenance.
So there's a lot. It's all in the family kind of affair you got going on.
Yes,
here.
but. Yes.
And then the Irish, the scones. You were talking about that was something that you listened to the neighborhood, and you were like, sure, I'll make them. And now they are one of your best things.
I want to give all props to my sister's mother-in-law, Anne, who also lives in the area. She knows that I absolutely love her scones, so she brought me a batch one day for like my opening, and just for me.
I love it.
And I was just like, wait. She was just like, you can also sell them. I'll teach you how to make them. And I was like, let's try it out. So I did, and within one day, I sold out of her 24 scones.
Oh my gosh, really?
It literally, like we started it and they flew off the shelves, and since then I have not, you could see that I'm keeping up, but this is today's batches.
That's incredible.
And that's all we have left for the day. So.
And then if somebody's looking for a little bit more in terms of lunch stuff, you have some salad I noticed here.
Yes, these are our vegan options.
Vegan options.
So this is our veggie wrap, and then we have our salad with our vegan dressing. These are actually vegan chips as well.
Really?
So when you order your wrap, you can have chips and a wrap with that. But we are expanding our menu with gluten-free items. which we have gluten-free cookies, which we are going to spill over into some of our scones, and we have to see how it all works together.
Sure. And then the grinders, and this one is the roast beef one, is that right?
Today you got the roast beef.
Oh,
so it's got avocados in there. It's got
it.
Swiss cheese, bacon on sourdough bread with some roast beef.
I can't wait to dig into that. Sam, thank you so much for giving me a little bit of your time today talking about your spot here in Gladstone Park, which we don't get to say too often in terms of new businesses, Gladstone Park, because Gladstone Park is just such a little small neighborhood within a neighborhood,
I tell
right?
everybody, we're tiny but we're mighty.
Right. And you know what? In this neighborhood,
community.
it's definitely I know a guy or I know a person kind of a neighborhood,
100%.
right?
I'm guilty of it too. 100% guilty of that phrase.
Yeah. What are your hours and what days are you open?
We are closed Mondays. Tuesdays through Friday, we're from 6 to 3. Saturdays and Sundays, 8 to 4.
Amazing. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
So come out, see my friend Sam here, and I appreciate the time and all the fun stuff. TomBarneyChicago@gmail.com and storiesfromthe78.com is the website. And it's time to enjoy.
Do you mind if I say one more thing?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
I just want to be super, super thankful. I just want to say that I'm so thankful for this whole process. Whew, I'm gonna cry. Because this is not what I expected.
Right, you weren't a baker professionally like you are now.
And I didn't expect the amount of relationships that I've built just with our regulars, not even including our our vendors, and vendors being like the guys who helped me in the kitchen, just the hood. It is so incredible how everybody just comes together.
I love that you have regulars and you've been open for 2 months. That's pretty good.
It's mind-blowing.
Yeah.
And the stuff that we get to talk about and the stuff that they inspire me / I inspire them, and it's just, I can't do it without them. Like, I can make these, but if no one's buying them or eating them, then what's the point? So it's the community and you guys that I'm thankful.
Well, thank you and for what you do, and it's our pleasure as the journalistic community to come out here and support you.
Hi guys.
So I'll let you get to your customers.
Yep, come on in.
So we'll see you later. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yep.